Well, good evening and welcome back. Quick recap of last session. You all left Falcon's hunting lodge and made your way to the woodland manse, where you all had quite the epic battle. Uh, Severe damage was dealt on both sides, although the greater of which was suffered by your enemies. After which, a very shaken and exhausted at this point, Falcon uh, decided that he's going to take a short rest and encouraged the rest of the party to do so as well. As a quick um sort of retcon, uh, you all probably noticed that Korea was not with you before. And that is because he opted to travel with Vorl and Reginald's parents to go find Kuri. So that is why he did not accompany you all.
Mhm.
Yes, you did cast Fireball. To great effect, I might add. I don't even think you know how many people you actually killed with those two spells.
Enough.
Would you like to know the total?
Yeah, I do. I want to know how many kills I got.
2 spells for 10 kills.
That's efficiency.
2 for 1.
It's really good spell economy.
Yeah, I agree.
Don't get fireballs like that anymore. It's a shame.
So, we will pick up, if everybody is okay with it, back in the courtyard of the Woodland Manse, which is now really quiet after the booming fireballs and the booming thunder gauntlets and the flashes of lightning. Just to make sure that everybody did this, you all did take a short rest. Has everybody upped their HP values by however much they needed?
Yep.
Phenomenal.
Yarp.
Okay, dice are spent.
We're going to say that you all took anywhere between 15 minutes to 30 minutes to kind of catch your breath and treat any superficial wounds that could have been treated. And we will pick up. You all are in the courtyard where I already forgot the name of that fucking tree. The ugly tree, Gulthius tree, lays splintered and bleeding into a well.
Tree made of blood. No, thank you.
You have an entire manse to explore. If you would like to go somewhere, move your character, and I will narrate as you please.
Thorn immediately kicks one of the roots on the ground and just says, "Thorn's not opening any doors."
Not gonna lie. As soon as you said you kicked the root, I'm thinking she's gonna wake that thing up and it's gonna try and eat her. We're gonna have a whole nother problem.
Thorn doesn't eat the trees. Thorn is a carnivore.
This tree bleeds, though.
If it doesn't smell like meat, it's that weird. You know how vendors have been selling that weird shit lately, and they call it like, far away meat.
No.
It's the far away meat that they make with plants instead of meat.
So who exactly is she talking to? She's just looking at the air and screeching.
I have no idea. Just let her go with it.
It's Dominique.
Thorn would absolutely hold conversations with Dominique that are completely one-sided. She doesn't know. She doesn't know that.
Well-
So Reginald moves into the front room where the dude was doing all the ritualistic hoop-ha that we smoked all those dudes.
Hoopla. Well, in this room is smoldering carcasses of splintered needle folk. But as you walk in, you pass the body of Granick, who was the anchorite of Talos that you all managed to kill. He has on his person several stick figures that just dangle from his belt, as well as a pouch that has a flap of maybe skin, maybe leather, hard to tell. But as you pass him, it catches your eye. Beyond that, inside of the room is as before. A disgusting sigil adorns the floor. The half eaten carcass of a possum, was it?
Yeah, with its entrails hanging out.
Yep. Lays discarded in the center of it, and several smashed and now smoldering stick figures lay are about.
Well, I think Reginald's going to investigate this awkward leather. The suspicious leather that may or may not be skin, but may or may not be leather, or somewhere in between. But what animal it's from, we don't know.
You tug on this material, and it unfolds to reveal several markings on it. And as you focus on what you're looking at, you realize that it is a map of the wood drawn in a very crude form. Where you are currently at is circled. It is a box like shape that represents the manse. You suspect that to the southwest on the map is Falcon's Hunting Lodge, and then there is a hill with some markings that look like spikes. There are 6 of those spikes to the northeast.
I'm assuming I don't know anything about what those spikes may or may not signify in terms of, Talos and all that.
You do not believe that they would have anything to do with Talos. Um, there's no markings to indicate that that it is religious in any sense. It is simply a map of the surrounding area with key points of interest that would be important to the anchorite marked off. However, as you are studying this, Falcon takes note and he starts looking over your shoulder to peer at that.
Oh, yes. Do you happen to know any of these particular markings, Falcon, and maybe their important sites nearby?
He examines the map a little bit closer. He says, "Yep, that's well, judging by the looks, it looks like they've got this place ticked off. A few of the elven ruins ticked off. I'm assuming my lodge ticked off, and the Thunderclap Mountain, or it's not really a mountain; it's more of a hill that crests the Neverwinter Wood to the northeast. So it could be where they took the citizens of Conyberry, since I don't hear any screams over here, and we haven't found any bodies yet.
Why is it called Thunderclap Hill?
If I had all the answers, man, I probably wouldn't be in a lodge out in the middle of the woods.
Fair. I thought you would just know just because you're in the area, but with a name like that, maybe it's important to them somehow.
Well, I don't really know. It's just, I'd say what the locals have called it ever since I've been here, but I guess I am considered one of the locals at this point.
Why don't we search the upstairs since a lot of talosites are up there? See if we can't find anything else that might give us some indication before we move on, just to be safe.
Well, sounds like a good idea to me.
Well, at least open this up. See, that leads out there, and then it leads to stairs. Perfect.
So the room you just entered, Lionel, is a library. Oh boy. On the western edge of this library is a spiral staircase that does lead upstairs. Um, and there are several bookcases with moldy books all about them.
Okay. Does it look like anyone has actually used this library recently at all? Like, are there books on a couple of tables or no?
No. This looks as overgrown as a library could.
Okay. Well, I will let the others know that we have a staircase to go up here for easy access, and hopefully it's not rotted out. And I will begin to walk up it to test that theory, since I probably weigh the most out of everyone else.
Likely. Is everybody going with him?
Yeah, there's nothing more on the first floor that Reginald's really interested in.
Thorn will stay on the first floor just to keep an eye out.
I think Falcon will stay with Thorn then.
Yeah, Thorn Thorn does that thing that huskies do, where
God.
she's like, where she's just like standing there, and he kind of like comes up behind her, and she just like tilts her head back and looks upside down at him.
Yeah. Next, she's gonna start singing the song of her people in short verse.
Thorn can't sing. Don't ask her to sing.
Neither can huskies.
Harsh.
The top of these stairs just leads to another library. However, I would like both of you to roll perception checks.
All right, Reginald is going to use his inspiration to reroll.
Very well.
Yeah, okay.
Good on you.
All right. So, as you crest these stairs and you start looking around another library that is slightly less rotted out than the one downstairs, you notice two things. The first being a secret door, which is right here. Unfortunately, I forgot to put a door there. So it is a wall. If you would like to go through it, please let me know and I will move you through it. The second thing that you notice is that the books found here are old texts written in Elvish that describe long lost elven kingdoms and civilizations. However, as you are reading them, you are reading them over a pavilion, and you notice that the pavilion has a secret compartment underneath where you are reading. And opening it up reveals a bag of dust in, I'll say, a handful of dust in a bright purple sack.
Don't snort it.
What color is the dust? Is it red? I'm getting flashbacks. Don't do it. Thorn just starts twitching downstairs. The multiverse.
That's some dust in a bag.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, it is. A pile of dust in a bag of sorts. Yes. Well, let's keep that for later. We know to know what it may be.
Well, you all have the option to go back downstairs or go through a secret door.
Secret tunnel.
Yeah, let's go through the secret tunnel.
Oh boy. You tug on a book on this bookshelf, and it swings open to reveal what was once a master bedroom. A four-poster bed stands against the wall, and other furnishings, including a desk and a chair, are amongst the, I'll call it the debris of the room because the room is in such disrepair. But there is also a wardrobe.
Reginald will look around and poke and prod through the wardrobe and various furniture.
Find a lot of rot. However, as you're taking a tour around the room, you pass the beds. You wind up on the eastern side. You see the window that allows you a view down into the courtyard. And just south of that, I would like you to roll me a perception check.
Ooh. Ooh.
You find another secret door right here.
Secret tunnel.
Secret tunnel. Upon opening this door, there is a slight gust of wind. You can tell that this door has been sealed for a very long time. Unfortunately, the only thing in this room is a small chest that is locked and a cloak that sort of billows in the wind a bit as you open the door.
I can work on the lock of the chest if you want to take a look at that cloak while I do that.
Well, certainly, I suppose. I'll take a gander.
So I'll work on lockpicking the chest while Reginald hopefully tries to identify the cloak or what it does in some manner.
Roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Okie doke. I have proficiency in thieves' tools. Can I add my proficiency bonus to that or no?
No.
Okie doke. Nat 20.
But you rolled it as Constitution.
I did. That's my bad. That's my
No
dexterity.
worries. I'll take it anyway.
It's a 21. If it's a mimic, I slap the mimic.
Ubi is with you, but he's not letting you know yet. You go to insert your tools into the lock. Wow, that's dirty.
Giggity.
But as you do, there's a faint light that you notice emanating from the lock.
Mhm.
Your dealings in metallurgy and other enchanted items being what your class is, you recognize that as magic, and instinctively you pull your tools away before the magic of the lock can snap them.
Oh. A feisty little bugger. Okay, then. Oh, let's see.
What is Reginald doing?
Reginald is inspecting the cloak currently. He's come over to kind of look at it, and hasn't quite laid a hand on it just yet. But he's kind of looking at it to see if it appears to be attached to anything other than the hook that is probably hanging on, or anything like that.
You approach it, and at your approach, it billows elegantly in the wind that is non existent inside this room. Otherwise, it seems to just be hanging on its hook.
Excellent. Seeing it kind of sway in the breeze that doesn't exist, Reginald is going to haphazardly take it and place it upon himself.
Hold on, I gotta find it again. I had it pulled up, but I accidentally X'd out of one of my tabs, and I guess it was that fucking one. This one is just for Reginald. Let me know if you can read that.
Yep. Perfection. I could not have asked for a better thing.
I think what I'll do is I'll try and see if I can figure out a way to disable this magical trap that appears to be on this chest.
It is not magically trapped, it is magically locked.
Oh. Okay. Can I try and figure out how to disable the magical lock then?
Sure. Roll me a d20 and add your intelligence modifier.
Okie dokie day. 22.
You know that in order to open this lock, you will either need to break it open or cast the knock spell.
Okay. Well, I don't have knock on me. I don't think Reginald does either. But I have my alchemy jug. And I will take it out. And I will use an action. And I will name the liquid acid. And I will use the acid to melt the lock. Yes. It's 8 ounces of acid. 8 ounces of acid.
I'm trying to think if acid would affect magic.
Your call.
So,
It's thought that I had.
What happens here?
Mm-hmm.
The lock is enchanted. It's magical. It has immunity to everything except, a blunt force trauma at this point. And realistically, It has immunity to that too. It's technically a magical artifact. However, you dump acid onto this and it eats everything around the lock. The hinges included. So the top sort of melts inward on itself, the hinges pop off, and inside there is a rod.
Giggity. I grabbed the rod that's hard and stiff.
You you smeared your acidic mayo on this thing and got a rod out of it.
Yep.
It's disgusting.
Meanwhile, Reginald's cape billows gently in the breeze.
I was wondering when I'd be able to get one of these again. Cool. Okay. Thanks. I think Lionel will take a look at this. If he's able to identify what it is, neat. I will add it to my inventory.
Yeah, I'm not going to make you guys exert yourselves to identify magical items. They appear in your inventory, and you have preternatural abilities to determine what the fuck they do.
Nice.
They all come with a handwritten note from God.
Unless
This
the
is how you
DM
use
stipulates
it.
otherwise.
This is how you use the item, you Nimrod. Don't fuck
unless it has something to deal with y'all's backstories in a way that I can fuck with you.
it up.
If it's just loot, I fucking take it. You have exhausted the contents of this room, however. There is a door to your north.
Okay. I will go ahead and move up and open it.
Stop. Don't move.
In the
I
name
have
of
not
love.
moved.
Roll me a perception check. Both of you.
Oh god, they opened a door.
They opened a door. Nice. Reginald.
This is what I get with the
Lionel opens a door, and you immediately hear 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18 pairs of eyes open.
That's an oddly specific number. It means one of 5 things.
Lionel, I don't mean to alarm you, but when that door just opened, there was a considerable number of eyes that I heard snap open. So,
The fact that you can hear eyelids opening is absolutely terrifying.
Elf ears here.
I'm very trained at these sorts of things, but if you have any means of fire, you may want to be prepared.
Fire, no. Boom, yes.
Well, that may or may not help us, but I suppose if that's what we have, that's what we have.
Okay.
I'm sorry, are you guys doing something?
At the moment, I mean, not entirely. I suppose I'm just kind of assessing the situation. I heard all these eyes open, but I assume I can't see them.
Where are you looking?
Well, I mean, I'm looking through the door up, this way.
Okay. You know what? I'm gonna say that you look up.
Yeah, great. Mutated spiders with 9 eyes instead of 8. Oh, even better.
So,
This must be what that skin is made of.
uno momento while I try to figure out what these things were called again.
Okay.
I know what they're called, but I guess I really just need their fucking ball sacks.
Yes, they do look like ball sacks. I agree.
You
A
need
fine
their
name.
ball sacks. Okay. And they have eyes.
There are very tiny bat bug crossovers hanging from the top of the ceiling. They have reddish skin. They are tiny creatures, tiny little beasts. If you would like to identify them, Reginald, you may make a intelligence check with advantage. Lionel, you would not know what these are. I don't know why I bother having you roll anything. So there's
Wicked
like
smart.
a 1 in 20 chance that you'll fail. You recognize these as sturges.
Oh, these things.
However, upon noticing you, and you all just deciding to stand in the doorway instead of shutting the door and maybe going somewhere else, they all drop at the same time with little scree hisses and flaps of their tiny wings. Please roll for initiative.
Wait, how big are these things?
They are tiny.
Probably about the size of a
Hold
bird.
on. Hold on. I'll give her answer. It'll fit in your mouth.
Okay.
I will give you a different answer. You don't want to put
the
these in
level
your
of
mouth.
importance.
Tell you right now,
I mean,
Thorn does
maybe
probably not want to eat these.
Well, Thorn doesn't know that she can eat these. Thorn doesn't even know these things are upstairs right now. So, I mean, he didn't say they were venomous or poisonous. Poisonous, not venomous. He also didn't say they were made of acid. They're not made of spicy water. So, as far as Thorn's concerned, they're fair game.
Nope.
Just because you wouldn't put it in your mouth doesn't mean Thorn wouldn't.
Giggity.
Leave it alone. Leave it alone.
Someone had to say it. I'm just glad it was me.
Lionel, roll for initiative.
Sorry.
And because this game doesn't allow me to roll group initiatives, they're all going to start at 0 and take their turns at the exact same time. You both get to go before they do.
Oh, thank
Cool.
Christ.
If I remember correctly, wizards don't get spells back on a short rest, though, so I think I'm safe. I dare you.
Well, I will tell you that I did get a spell back on my short rest.
Arcane
Right.
recovery.
A spell slot, I should say. So.
Do it.
It would be a little wasteful right now. They're not clustered enough.
Oh, just wait until they dogpile on top of Lionel then.
Exactly. It's like, Lionel, go get
Okay. So we only see.
I'm moving along.
Yeah, great. Being used as bait. Awesome. So we only see 2 right now.
You only see 2 right now.
I only see 2. That's because they're right in front of me, and I'm pretty sure. And you maybe see 3.
I do in fact see 3. Yes, I technically can actually see 4, maybe 5, because of my ability to see through windows.
Angle. Oh, brilliant. Okay. if that is the case, then I will make sure my armor is on, and then I will step forward. Okay, now I can see more, and I will try and punch this one to the ground.
Roll.
Yup. First attack is a 9.
It flits around you gracefully.
Okay. Second attack. That's a 24. For 5 thunder damage.
It pops.
Okay. That will be my turn for now. Since I don't have anything else I can really do as a bonus action that I want to right at this moment.
Reginald. He is going to cast Firebolt at this target right here.
Roll. It flits around your bolt and shows you its balls. Tiny though they be. Diminutive?
Diminutive.
Reginald will take a couple steps into the hallway and will use his bonus action to billow his cape eloquently, and that will be his turn.
Inspiration!
I now have the perfect thing to do with my bonus actions that I can't do anything with in the first place. So.
God. Perfect.
Well. What's your AC?
Mine is an 18. Or no, originals. Sorry.
16. 2 less.
This thing tries to bite you, but your billowing cape beats it off.
Okay.
Oh, fuck yeah! Give me them crits.
He's going for the better die.
I just don't have any other ones readily available.
That's fair.
You take 7 points of piercing damage, and this thing latches on to you right here and shoves its needle-like appendage into this thing.
Your clavicle?
It's attached to you.
Ow.
God.
Lionel, take 4 points of piercing damage.
Mm-hmm.
It is attached to you.
Son of a bitch.
Miss. Buzz, buzz, buzz. It does not latch on to you. How many tiny creatures can fit in the side in one 5-foot space?
I think it's still technically one, unless they have a specific ability for it. I think it's been a long time.
5 more piercing damage, Lionel. Another one attaches itself to you.
Okay.
Five more piercing damage, Reginald. Another one attaches itself to you. Damn it. Lionel, you have 2 attached to you.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's not your turn.
Okay.
The sound of fire bolts and a lightning gauntlet smacking something and it popping like popcorn reach your ears. You and Falcon both.
Thorin is absolutely in the middle of like she's still in that position of kind of like craning her head to look at him upside down, and she's just going on a tangent about this world's version of Beyond Meat. And she's they take the plants and they like mush them up and like there's seasonings in them and they like mush them into like patties and stuff like you would with like a burger. I don't get it. Thorn doesn't get it, and she hears everything going on. Oh, Lionel opened a door. She will take off 30 feet towards the stairs.
Only 30 feet?
I
Which
can only
stairs
go
did you
30
want to
feet.
go?
You
can take an action to dash.
Yeah, that's true. I should probably do it to get up there. So 60 feet, and whichever way they went, I think they went this way, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Wait, how much was that? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Now it's your turn, Lionel.
Okay.
I told you not to open any doors.
Well, everyone's around me now. Oh well. I'm still gonna do this. I'm just gonna look at Reginald and I'm just gonna say, "Cover your ears," and I'm gonna cast Thunderwave at level 2. I need every creature within a 15-foot cube of me to make a Constitution saving throw.
Do they take damage if they fail?
Yes.
I mean, if they pass.
Yes. They just won't move.
Roll your damage.
Okay. Let me just cast this.
You fucking whore.
Okay,
so
it's a 15-foot cube of me. It's not as big as you think.
So 5, 10, it would hit these two.
It would hit the ones attached to me and the ones attached to Reginald, I think, if they're sharing our space, but I don't know.
Is it centered
how
on
you're
you,
doing
or is
that.
it in front of you?
It's originating from me. So it's going to hit everything in a 15-foot cube.
Yeah, fuck you.
Okay. Reginald, there's nothing attached to you. However, shit. There are still 2 more, 3 more? Hold on.
4.
5.
5. Five more flitting about in spaces in front of you.
Okay.
So Falcon, and Reginald have to make con saves, right?
Yes.
It's just you and Reginald. Falcon is fine. He's out of it.
Yeah, I already rolled my con save. I got an 8, so I did not pass.
Ouch!
Okay. So everyone takes 15 damage if they failed. 15 thunder damage. And if you can, you are pushed back by... each creature... You're pushed, if you can, you're pushed 10 feet away from me. Reginald can't. He has a wall.
I
Reginald,
mean, I could fall into the sturgeon.
no, just from the angle of this, Reginald, are you still up? I'm just curious.
Yes.
Okay. I would like you to roll me a athletics or acrobatics check, please.
Thorn is
Because
pushed 10 feet away from me, though. Not bad.
so you collide with the wall because you're at an angle from him, right? It's not directly north or south. Thorn, you would also be 5'10" over here. You manage to hold your footing though as you get launched into the wall. You take 1 point of bludgeoning damage. Now he's down.
Nope, not yet. It's close, but not yet.
And then I will move up to be right here to give them a secondary target, hopefully, so that they don't just all latch onto Reginald. And I will use my bonus action to activate a defensive field. And that will be my turn.
Reginald, push him out the window.
I mean, if you got a fireball and you can get out of here and just drop it on me, go right ahead.
See, but the beautiful part is I can choose whether or not I want it to hit you because I have the ability to sculpt spells to not hit targets. So
I don't got that.
Yeah.
I'm not as smart. I'm not as
just
smart
keep
in the
that in
magics.
mind.
Listen,
All right.
I had choices. The other one was Shatter. This was the better of the two options.
Yes, you know what I'm going to do?
Was it?
I'm going to cast Shatter. And because I'm nice, I'm going to use Sculpt Spell so it doesn't fucking hit you and myself.
Is this something that if they fail, they still take damage?
Yes. Correct. They take half. Yeah, they take half if they pass.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Same
matter
with
if they
me.
pass.
They take half.
All bugs are dead.
Does that mean the fight is over?
Yes.
Yes.
Thorn gets up, and Thorn immediately comes around this door, and she just like bites the shit out of Lionel. Whatever part of him comes into her direct like line of teeth first, she just sinks her fucking teeth into.
Probably my shin. It's still covered in plate mail, thankfully. It's still
Roll
covered
an
in
attack.
She can probably hit.
Yeah, roll an unarmed strike. Why not? We're not trying to kill him, right?
We need to work on your
You hit.
accuracy.
You do hit. So I
will
take
leave
2
it-
bludgeoning.
I will leave it up to her whether or not she wants to inflict teeth damage.
Yes,
on
I
it.
do.
Okay.
He
saw that
fucking hit me
coming.
for 15 HP. I don't get his shin. I sink my teeth into his fucking elbow.
She jumps up.
She's just hanging there now, like not letting go, growling.
Okay. I deserve that. Can you please let go now?
She starts like shaking her head like a dog. Like she's so mad.
Hit the head a little bit. Okay. I get it. Please let go.
She does not let go. But we're gonna be right back because we gotta go put Luke down for bed.
Okay. Yes, we need to work on your aim.
No. My aim is fine. It's my ability to identify friend from foe. Listen, I'm waiting for the day that you just drop a fireball on me, okay?
I mean, I could have, but after half of them are dead, from that first volley, I was like, this isn't really fireball range anymore. There's not enough of them. Just doesn't have the right element of
Je ne sais quoi.
AoE. Right. Just doesn't feel correct. So I just use Shatter instead. But because I'm an evocation mastery individual, I can shape the evocation spells and where they go to not fuck up all my friends. So you're welcome.
Don't worry, I'm gonna heal you after. As soon as I get the little crocodile off my elbow.
And we're back.
Welcome
back.
Falcon will pop around the corner and be like, "Man, y'all are quite the ragtag group. did you just blow them both back? thought y'all were on the same team."
Thorn growls at him too. She still hasn't let go of Lionel's arm, but she just her gaze just snaps to the Falcon.
It's a little complicated sometimes, but if you want me to heal you both, I need the use of my arm, please. So please let go of my elbow now.
Thorn does not acquiesce.
I will do the best that I can to cast Cure Wounds on Thorn first.
Interesting choice, but okay.
Considering she is on my elbow right now, that is the person that I'm trying to get off. 9. She's healed for 9.
She begrudgingly lets go. Like, this is the absolute last thing she wants to do in the world right now.
Thank you.
She
I
will
appreciate it.
She will, scowl at him, and she'll walk over to Reginald and just, bap him on the arm, and she'll put 10 points of healing into Reginald.
I will also cast another Cure Wounds to Reginald as well. Reginald is healed for 12.
I just want you to know that you're still net -3 for what you did to me.
Yes, I'm aware. You can bonk me with your stick.
Well, the room that you are in is a hallway. To the north of you, there is another door, and there is a bend that leads around and to another staircase.
Well, waiting over the bloodbath that is all around the floor now, Reginald will move forward to get advantage of everything.
Very well. A staircase that leads back downstairs, a door to your north, and a door to your west. A hearth and another door all the way to the east.
Reginald is going to open this door.
You are standing on the balcony that is above the entrance to the manse.
Ah, excellent. Well, he will turn around and continue back across the dilapidated, rickety hallway. Where he will investigate the hearth for any signs of secret tunnel action, considering we've already found a couple.
You do not find anything.
Well, moving onward, Reginald will move around this awkwardly positioned segment of the floor that he deems probably is a hole that leads to the floor below where it's fallen through.
It is. It is. It's not actually a hole, but the ceiling has collapsed in, so that is just a mound of debris from the ceiling.
Got it. In which case, he will skirt around it and open this door.
Another corridor.
All right. He will proceed.
There is a door at the southern end. 2 double doors. Or a set of double doors, I guess I should say.
Upon reaching the end of the hallway, Reginald will prepare to open the door, billowing his cape or cloak before opening it.
Inspiration.
Can't have any more right now.
There are signs of recent activity in here. A bunch of whetstones, some scraps of meat. If you had to take a guess, this is where the orcs came from. But the room itself is a guest room. What would have been once very nice furnishing is all destroyed. The hands of orcs in time have not been kind.
Very well. Well, if that is all that we found here, then I believe we will head back downstairs. Or at least that's where Reginald's going.
And who couldn't follow that beautiful cape? Need to set up a fan behind you with the cloak. Are you going down those stairs?
Yes.
Is Reginald going first?
Yes.
Nice. That's what I like about you. You really know how to dance. I need a DC 15 dexterity saving throw, please. God damn it. Fuck you. uh, as you are taking your steps on to these stairs, they creak and shudder and collapse underneath of you. You wind up downstairs, only narrowly avoiding several spike traps that were set up underneath of the staircase. However, you come out of it unscathed and downstairs.
Mind your step. it's it's a little rickety.
Thorn heavily debates tripping Lionel up so that he falls off his legs.
I'm not taking those stairs. Fuck that. I'm going down the stairs that I know aren't going to try and kill me. I go back through the library and go down through there.
Since Thorn knows that they're there, can she just jump over them?
Yes.
Okay.
I take the long way. I go to the stairs that I know aren't going to try and kill me.
All right. So, for the most part, the Woodland Manse has been explored. As you all arrive downstairs, Falcon is looking a little bit antsy. And he stops you all. He says, "It's not right that they're not here. I can't think of anywhere else that they would want to take them."
I'm going to look back at the tree. Does anyone know how those trees are made?
I think Thorn rolled fairly well last time when thinking about the tree, but I don't remember what was said. So,
And
DM.
what they need to grow.
A Gulthius tree, Thorn knows just from her dealings with Yubaba and other shamanistic secrets, we'll call them,
Excuse me.
that a Gulthius tree is a seedling from the Underdark. It grows from blood, but it does not require sacrifices or anything like that. It blooms underneath a blood moon, in which it spawns needle blights and vine blights.
Thorn kind of like cocks her head a little bit. Those trees are from the place down below. The place nobody likes going.
The sewers?
No, not the sewers. The down place.
The Underdark?
Yeah, that place. They only bloom under a certain moon, and sorry, my cat's like fucking with the carpet and completely distracted me. She relays all that information and stop playing with the ball. Relays all that information.
So it just needs blood to germinate, but it doesn't need bodies for sustenance. Got it.
Yeah. That.
Its blood is its sap.
Okay. Well, the only other place they could be, if it's not there, that you think they would still be, is in a basement, but I didn't see any way to get down there besides climbing the tree, maybe. Are you sure they wouldn't be at this Thunderclap Hill? The Talos, I seem to have marked it. For some reason on the map.
Falcon seems to be at a loss. He seems to be racking his brain. I imagine with a name like Thunderclap Hill, Talos being a god of thunder, lightning, and the ocean, and the sky is getting ominously darker. It's our next best bet. Let's head outside, see if we can't find any more trails from them at least.
Sounds like a good plan. And we'll head outside, and I will do my best to assist Falcon to find the trail so that he has an easier time of it, even though I'm not very good at it.
As you all go to leave the manse, you notice that all the boars that were here are gone.
And how dark is the sky at this point?
It's pretty dark, dark and blue. Flashes of blue lightning.
Oh, that can't be a good sign.
It seems unnatural. Normally, when the clouds are this dark, it brings rain, but you don't smell rain. You only smell electricity, static. But Falcon manages to find some tracks, although they're not the kinds of tracks that he would have thought to find. And he admits as much. It seems that there are boar like hoof prints leading a cart to the northeast. A bunch of the humanoid footprints stop where the cart trail begins.
Mm-hmm. Looks like the Thunderclap Hill it is.
Falcon nods. I know you all didn't sign up for this, but it'd mean a lot to me if y'all could. Well, I don't imagine I'll be doing this on my own. Successfully, anyway.
Our job was to see the citizens back safe, so.
Well, let's get to it then.
And we will head out, unless Thorn or Reginald have any objections to this.
Nope.
Nope.
Thorn is just keeping an eye on both Lionel and the pigs.
I was gonna say, Thorn is still glowering at Lionel, I know.
100%. He will never live this down.
Pretty sure there were a couple of things he wasn't gonna live down with her anyway,
The
from what I remember.
Kamote are going to war.
Well, so this next bit I didn't make a map for. We're going to be utilizing Theater of the Mind. I apologize if that's less immersive. I've altered significantly this next bit from the base game, so I'm hoping it'll play out nicely. But all that being said, you all begin traveling to the northeast, following what appears to be a game trail. Um, the trees are just wide enough to let a wagon pass. The horses that you all brought seem skittish as they lead you forward. Falcon has taken the lead, a look of raw determination on his face, tinged with maybe a bit of fear. Not that you can really see much as the sky continues to darken. A unnatural sunset preceding a natural one, which leads you into near complete darkness in Neverwinter Wood at a very early time. Uh, Falcon continues to press on, leading you all as far as he dares by light of torch. In the distance, through the uh, breaking of the canopy, you can actually see very large hill. I call it a hill because it's not extremely rocky like you would assume a mountain to be, and it is crested with trees. Uh, on the peak of this, though, and we'll say it's probably 300 or 400 feet up, you do see several stone spikes. Uh, but as you travel, darkness does eventually win out, and you all are going to be forced to take a rest for the evening. Uh,
Okay.
Falcon pitches a pretty nice tent, as if he's done this a million times before.
Exactly, Keto. I was thinking it too.
uh, he's just happy to see us, guys. That's all.
Uh, and the night ensues. Shut up. Um, however, it does begin to rain, not very hard. In the distance, you hear a very loud roar. Draconic in nature, um, every one of you uh, feel that psychic wave of energy, but there is a flash of purple behind each one of your eyes as something deflects the damage.
I don't like it.
You don't have to like it.
Very much disgust when Lionel realizes what happens, but uh,
After the draconic roar, however, there is a return roar, familiar to Thorn, in that it reminds you of your father. Feral though it sounds, hoarse though it sounds, close. The night, however, is short as lightning streaks across the sky, uh, bringing inspiration. Stop it. Bringing with it ultimately the light gray of the next day. So, all of you go ahead, hit that long rest button. Reginald, fuck you and your spells. The moment that it is light enough for Falcon to see, you all set back out. Falcon is a very quiet yet stern taskmaster in leading your group through the wilderness. He does not allow stray thoughts to dissuade you from your path. And ultimately, you wind up cresting this hill, not cresting it, but beginning to summit the base of it. And as you are, there is a horn being blown, and it captures all of your attention from the east. Falcon's head snaps, and he immediately draws his bow as well as 3 arrows. And out in the distance, uh, about 300 feet away, you see at least 9 figures rapidly approaching, running at you. I'd like everybody to go ahead and roll me initiative. In the distance, Reginald, Lionel, and Thorn, you all see 8 orcs running at you with various weapons, javelins, axes, swords. Bloody intent written across their face, as it normally is. But there is an individual who hangs back. You recognize the sigil already, having fought a few of his kind at this point already. You recognize him as an anchorite. But as they all charge to cross that distance, you all have a moment to act. The distance between you all is again about 300 feet. So take that in mind with any spells you are trying to cast or ranged battle you are trying to commence. You all are also on horseback. So whatever your movement is, I'm going to go ahead and say double it. If you choose to stay mounted. Thorn, I will give you the option on who you are riding with, as you are a small creature, a small humanoid.
I'll give you one hint as to who it's not.
um,
I think that she has made a very reluctant friend in Falcon. In that, if Falcon will let her ride with him, she probably rides with him. Because she doesn't really want to ride with Reginald because Reginald said that he's not her friend, and she still clings to that. And she's still upset with Lionel. So
Yikes.
Falcon does let you ride with him, albeit nervously, after watching you bite your own teammates.
she hasn't bitten him yet. He's fine.
Yet being the operative word.
Only a matter of time.
So, Thorn, I'm sorry, wait, this is not the right order. Reginald.
Let's see. 300 feet, 60 foot mounted. I'm going to remain on horseback. And we'll kind of like grip my quarterstaff in one hand as if I'm ready to utilize it if I have to, and the reins in the other, and I will ride out to meet the approaching orcs, closing the gap 60 feet. So they are 240 away from me. Cape billowing in the wind.
You may take the dash action if you would like to double that movement.
All right, fine. You convinced me.
180 feet left. Lionel.
I will use the dash action just to make sure I'm up there with Reginald as well, and my move action to get up there. So I will move 120.
Thorn. Oh, I'm sorry. Was there something else?
Nope. I was just going to say I make sure that I have my armor.
Yeah, I think Thorn encourages Falcon to get closer so that she can actually be useful. So she would also say to take the dash action.
Very well. Falcon and Thorn keep pace with Reginald and Lionel. Now, the oncoming horde closes the distance by 60 feet, leaving 120 left to you all. The figure in the back, the anchorite of Talos, stays where he is at. Reginald, I believe you are within casting distance.
I should be, yes. And just from my own visualization, we've got how many runner is like 8, you said, coming forward?
There are 8 orcs and 1 anchorite of Talos.
And the anchorite is basically keeping his
Yes.
position while the others are advancing. Okay. What kind of distances are we talking about? The 8 that are approaching, are they all kind of together? Are they spread out?
For fireball purposes,
I need to know what I'm looking at in terms of clustering. Let's say.
if you were to shoot a fireball at max, you could knock out half of them.
Okay.
This is more, and I apologize if this is, again, not as immersive. This is more of a cinematic type fight. So while you can still do these things to alleviate instagibs, I'll be playing a little bit more carefully.
That's fine. That's fine. All good. So in line with that, then I think Reginald's kind of maneuver is he will kind of continue forward a little bit, but he's going to kind of angle more towards the right flank. So he's going to kind of round out to the side a little,
Okay.
where he's then going to fire a fireball kind of back towards them from the right flank to see if he can get 4 of them potentially.
Go ahead and roll your attack for me. Two of them seem to take the blow full on, being knocked aside as their brethren stampede past them. They are still up and moving, however, they have been significantly damaged. The other two, sort of pseudo shielded by the two that took the brunt of the blow, managed to get by with minimal damage.
All right. Yeah. So Reginald will basically kind of do his little horsey spin thing after having done that, along the flank, and that's his turn.
No billow.
I mean, I thought it was like a given. He's
Okay.
moving, at gallop pace on a horse, so
Double billow.
double pillow.
Lionel.
I'll move forward 60 feet for one movement. And how much distance is between me and a group of them?
60 feet.
Okay. I think the 4 that I think the group that Reginald did not get, what I want to do is on the 2 middle riders at my max range, I'm going to cast Grease. It is a 10-foot square, and I'm going to try and put it right in the path of their horses.
They are on foot.
They're okay. That's fine. I'm going to put it right there in front of them then, and I will need them to make a dexterity saving throw for whatever ones are in the 10-foot square. DC is 15.
One of them makes it through the grease as if it is not even there.
Okay.
The other one slips and falls flat on his face and is now prone.
Nice. Okay. And that is my turn since I will hold at 60 feet for now.
Thorn, how would you like Falcon to be directed?
I think Thorn doesn't really direct him at this moment. I think what she does is she like stands up a little bit in the saddle and she's just going to like steady one of her elbows on his shoulder and she's gonna use him as a tripod basically, and she's gonna cast 2 Eldritch Blasts at whichever of these orcs looks the most injured.
Go ahead and roll me 2 attacks. Go ahead and roll me a d20 plus your modifier. Plus your attack modifier for that. Jesus. So the 2 that Reginald had blasted with a fireball, who are kind of scattered at this point, maybe a little bit on fire, you blast both of them and manage to kill both of them, leaving us with 6 more.
That is Thorn's turn.
As you launch those Eldritch Blasts, your not friend is going to fire 2 arrows from his longbow, both of which are going to find their marks. Jesus. Both arrows were launched into the same target, one of the 2 remaining standing after Reginald's onslaught with the fireball. However, that one is still standing. These orcs are made of much hardier stuff, it seems, than the ones you are used to fighting.
Thorn still gives him like a clap on the back and kind of like pokes her head over his shoulder. We make a good team.
There is sheer. So, to put this in perspective for you, Falcon is a ranger and his favorite enemy are orcs. So, he's like pure determination and almost hate on his face for these individuals. Whatever orcs did to wrong him, he's clearly taking it out on these. However, that does bring us to the orcs' turn, and all but one of them manages to clear the gap. So, amidst you all now, you all have 5 orcs that are on foot. They have taken the dash action, so they cannot attack you. However, the next turn may prove lethal if you are not careful. That being said, Reginald.
Okay. So 5 orcs in range, and then I assume the anchorite still is in the back doing his, brooding thing.
The anchorite has closed 60 feet worth of distance. So there's about 120, if I remember correctly. Yeah, 120 feet between you all.
Okay. Alrighty. How many? 5, but in the orientation we have, I went right.
You
Lionel,
are about.
did you go left or did you just stay in the middle?
Who? Me?
You, yeah.
I just stayed in the middle between you 2.
Okay. And then I assumed that Falcon and Thorn more or less stayed in the middle as well. So basically, I'm the only one off to the side, and then there's
Right.
5. So theoretically, I may have 2 that could be in proximity towards me in terms of beating my face in. All right. So that being said, I think that the closest individual to Reginald, he's going to kind of approach, closing to 30 feet or less, from horseback, basically, and is going to cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter. So essentially, if he fails to pass a Wisdom DC 14 check, he essentially is under the effect of finding everything hilariously funny. And basically, he becomes unable to stand if he fails his saving throw by falling over into laughter at the end of each turn. If he takes damage, he can make another Wisdom save to see if he gets out of it. And he has advantage if he gets that bonus from taking damage.
He falls prone, laughing uncontrollably.
Excellent. Perfect. Well, then Reginald will more or less try to square up towards where the second target is, and will more or less prepare himself with his quarterstaff while mounted, and his cape will billow lusciously behind him, and that is his turn.
Lionel.
Okay. So just that I understand the layout of the battlefield that we are on. There's Reginald off to our left by like 30 feet. And there are two orcs that are near him, and one of them is on the ground laughing hysterically, correct?
Yeah, more or less.
Okay.
There are currently 3 orcs in front of you, Thorn, and Falcon. Thorn and Falcon are off to your left. Reginald is off to your right. Reginald is anywhere between 15 and 30 feet away, with 2 of the orcs having broken off from the main group to make their way to a lone standoutish target.
Okay.
You have one additional target that is another 30 feet away. The one that fell prone from your grease, he has gotten
Yep.
up and made his way through the grease. However, he is still further away than he needs to be.
Okay.
And then you have at 120 feet away the Anchorite of Talos.
Okay. I think what I am going to do then is, because of how this setup is, I will break off away from Thorn and Falcon for the moment to make sure that Reginald does not get overwhelmed too easily. I will cross this distance on horseback that is like 15 to 30 feet. And as I'm getting up to this orc that is kind of getting ready to square up with Reginald, I will use a bonus action to start my shift, and I will then lunge from horseback and pretty much attack this guy and kind of land on top of him, fist coming down from the heavens to give him like a pile driver.
A fisting.
Yeah,
the
a good
heavens.
old pile driving fisting.
So a few things happen from what you are iterating, right? You have 2
Mhm.
orcs directly on top of you. They had cleared the distance. They were within striking range. When you
Okay,
peel away
so
from
they
them,
are.
they swing at you. They
Okay,
both miss. However,
okay,
they do startle your horse.
right.
I need you to make me an animal handling check.
Okay. Let's see. I am not the best with animals, which fits, and I got an 8.
You manage to stay on your horse. You do not manage to fully control your horse. Instead
Okay.
of veering towards Reginald, who also has some spookies at him, wielding flashing steel.
Yeah.
Your horse almost does a U-turn and starts carrying you, uh, we'll say at least 15 feet away from the entire fight. Um, you have an option to either re-roll your animal handling or jump off of your horse.
I think Lionel realizing that his horse was spooked and him not being the best with animals in particular, I am just going to say fuck it and jump from my horse.
Okay.
Um,
Your horse will take off then.
yeah.
It will leave the battlefield to ensure its own safety. You will have, we'll say, half movement at this point, just
Yeah.
from the time it has taken, and you still have the ability to cast or attack,
Okay.
should you wish.
So how far away am I from Reginald at this point?
30 feet.
I will move the rest of my movement, which is 15 feet, since I have half. Did I use my bonus action already, I take it, or no?
No.
Do you want to say? Okay. I will maintain my bonus action then, since I'm not up on them. However, what I will do instead is I will then cast Magic Missile at this target that is at Reginald to try and get well, actually, does is the orc holding a weapon?
All of the orcs are holding weapons.
Okay. Are they primarily made of metal?
Ooh.
Metal with wooden handles.
Oh, I have heat metal, so I'm wondering if that will count or no. Let me display it for you so you can read.
So, for weapons, I'm going to go ahead and say no.
Okay.
These orcs are equipped with great axes and javelins. You can heat the blade or spear tip if you wish
Mhm.
to, but really, realistically, you'll be giving them additional
Right.
damage to output, right? Uh, their armor is of leather make, so there's no
Right.
real metal to heat up there.
Okay. That
So,
is fine. Seeing that, Lionel will curse and instead go for Magic Missile, since that is his longest range spell, and he will cast one at level 2.
you have two targets. One is prone, one is standing.
I'm going for the standing one.
Very well. Please
That
roll
is
your
the one
damage.
that is most dangerous to Reginald. 1d4.
Add an additional because it only
Yeah, I
go.
need.
Oh
Yeah,
wait,
I'd
no.
only cast it once. It's annoying.
All of your levels are belong to not magic missile.
Yep. 6 points of force damage. As 2 darts fire from Lionel's hammer that he takes out to use to cast and strike this orc.
Very well. Anything else?
No, that will be it, since that is my move and my action.
All right, Thorn.
Okay. Are there any orcs on me and Falcon currently?
Currently, there are 3.
Jesus. Okay. Um. Huh. So I guess from their position, or from Thorn's position on the back of the horse, she is just gonna like start attacking one of these orcs, whichever is the closest to her, with her rapier, just off the back of the horse.
Okay. Please roll your attack. You rolled 2 attacks, I take it?
I get 2 attacks per action, so
Very well. Your first attack lands on the freshest looking orc. Not dealing too terrible amount of damage to it. Your second attack catches its leather armor without actually dealing any damage.
I am also going to expend a level 1 spell slot for my bonus action and use, if I can find it, on here, Divine Smite.
French man.
Divine Smite. This is an extra 7 radiant damage.
Still standing.
Okay, it's time to turn.
As you are going to poke and attack this orc, on the other side, uh, Falcon will quickly clip his bow to the saddle in a leather loop and pull out a well worn, very beautiful looking longsword. And he too will make 2 attacks. He will do so with 2 hands. Unfortunately, while he has significantly maimed the one that he was attacking, it too is still standing, and he curses in a language that you do not understand. Uh, Additionally, he will uh, slam his heels into the flanks of his horse, and you all will take off at a brisk pace, provoking 3 attacks of opportunity. What is your AC?
18.
You come out of it unscathed. He puts about 30 feet of distance between you and the other orcs in the direction of the anchorite. However, that will complete his turn and yours, and that will bring us to the orcs. It's a wisdom saving throw for Tasha, is correct?
Correct.
Yes.
Wisdom 14.
Still prone.
Lol.
What is your AC?
16.
Miss. Prone. Crosses. Miss. 22. Miss. 24. Lionel,
Yes.
you suffered 9 slashing damage as an orc that had fallen prone to your grease spell has finally managed to cross the distance with his 30 feet of movement and
Okay.
slash across your chest. Reginald, you take 7 points of slashing damage as one of the orcs that was focused on Falcon and Thorn turns to attack you instead, crossing the distance. I would like you to please roll me an animal handling check. Your horse, while spooked, remains under your control.
And I maintain my concentration on Tasha's hideous laughter.
Thorn. Dexterity saving throw, please.
Goval's jamming out over there.
Mm-hmm.
He just fucking killed Thorn.
Hear them cry. Zippity zappity.
There is a streak of lightning as the Anchorite of Talos that you all are approaching unleashes that infamous spell. Please suffer 29 points
Okay. It's not terrible.
of lightning damage.
I like that response. It's kind of like, oh, okay, well, whatever. It's
It
not
could've
as
been
much as
worse.
a paladin.
It could have been worse.
Like she's a paladin, she's gained a few levels now.
Right. She's like, oh, 29? Okay.
Most of my rolls were actually threes compared to the last time that I did this, and I got to roll
Like
4,
eights.
and we were at 24 points of damage already. While you have suffered, what, half of your HP pool at this point?
Mm-mm.
Falcon was not so lucky.
Oh no.
Falcon's body slumps forward, and his hand, you see, goes to grab his chest, and he's still up, but he is in immense pain. The horse that you all are riding also suffered some damage, and he uses his reaction to pull you all to a stop. And he looks back at you and says, "We're on foot from here." Not willing to sacrifice his steed for so lowly a prey. However, Reginald, we are back to you. At this point, Reginald, you have between 15 feet between you and Lionel, 7 orcs.
Reginald is going to cast Fireball.
Saw
Try
that.
to hit as many of them as possible.
They are grouped up trying to kill you. You can hit all 7 of them. One of which is prone. Can you cast Fireball while maintaining concentration?
Yes. It is
Okay.
not a concentration spell.
Well, make your roll.
Could have been better, but you know what? We'll take it. Gotta pump those numbers up.
You had like 3 ones in there. That's rough.
Yeah. At least they changed into 2s.
Yep.
The one affected by hideous laughter gets to roll his save now, or on his turn.
If he's struck by something, I think it's on his turn, but he would have advantage. But let me go back and just double check because he may get it right now. Tasha's hideous laughter. That's fireball. That's grease. Here it is. It's not in the little card, huh? Okay. Well, let me look here. At the end of each turn, each of its turns, and each time it takes damage. So basically, he has passed Wisdom saving throw, and he has advantage because it was triggered by damage.
He is no longer affected by your spell.
Cool. I am no longer concentrating on it.
However, 3 of the 7 that were attacking are now dead.
Thinning the herd. So
I
given
miscounted.
that
There were 6 alive. I apologize. There are 3 left.
okay, so half.
Yes.
Cool. All right. Reginald will essentially kind of, hover in his position, I guess semi near where Lionel is now after the dismounting. And his cape will billow in the wind. And that'll be his turn.
Phenomenal, Lionel. He has spared you yet again.
I was waiting to see if you said, well, you didn't specify, so Lionel make a reflex save.
You know what? You're right. He didn't specify. I'll defer to John.
Yeah, I'm not PvPing you yet. Maybe if we're a little better in the numbers game, maybe I'll PvP you, but for now we're good.
Thorn has no qualms about PvPing Lionel.
No one does. That's fine.
This is a beginner-friendly campaign. I will not condone PvP.
He started it. I'm just saying.
All I did
There
was
are no beginners here.
I'm lying through my teeth. Please kill each other.
okay. So I have one orc that is fighting me and is making it rather hard to get towards Reginald, who still has 3 hovering about him, correct?
There are 3 orcs left.
Okay. I will use my bonus action to shift. To then change into my hybrid form, which will give me 6 temporary hit points. And then I will use my action to deal with this orc that is in front of me.
Make your attacks.
24 to hit.
Still standing.
Takes 8 thunder damage, and then a crit for a total of 10 thunder damage.
Would you like to narrate how you critically kill this orc?
Yes, I think seeing that the situation is possibly getting out of hand with the lightning bolt that Thorn and Falcon took, and Reginald, even though he has thinned the herd, still slowly possibly getting surrounded, I think Lionel shifts, goes for the first punch to kind of knock the wind out of the orc and make him get to his knees and grab his stomach, and then he will take both of his hands and clench them together and just slam them into the back of this guy's skull and cave it in.
Juicy.
And after he does that, and he doesn't stick around at all to see that this guy's dead because he felt the squish, he uses his 30 feet of movement to then interpose himself between Reginald and whatever the closest threat is.
Okay. In order to do that, you would have to barge them out of their positions. They are within 5 feet of
Okay,
Reginald.
that's fine. I will just then get as close as I can to make it so that I am hopefully a better target.
Very well. Anything else?
Nope, that is everything.
Thorn.
I think Thorn climbs off of the horse, and she's got little sparks coming off of her horns. She's like, "Oh my god!" How close is the nearest orc?
The orcs are 30 feet behind you. The cultist of Talos is 90 feet in front of you.
Okay. I'm gonna look to Falcon. Thorn needs to know if you're good. Like, you need to go lay down somewhere.
Do you need to go lay down somewhere?
While touched at your concern, we are in the middle of a fight, and I don't intend to quit anytime soon.
Okay, don't yell at Thorn. Alright, just don't die. And Thorn's going to cast... Do I want to do that or want to heal a stupid fucking ranger?
Don't fucking die, stupid fucking ranger.
Thanks.
If he goes down, I can get him back up, I guess. Whatever. Thorn's going to cast some Eldritch Blasts at this fucker that shocked her.
Roll your attacks.
Wow, terrible Thorn.
You cast both of those bolts, and both of them go wide, and then time stops. You are frozen in place,
Now is not the time.
and those purple streaks yeeting off into the distance and dissipating, cleaving paths through of vacuum-like path through the light rain. And Dominique enters your vision, kind of twirling his cane as he walks in front of you. But he looks off in the distance. He says, "No, ma'am, we don't miss like that." Time blinks. Please re-roll both of your attacks.
Trying to make them die sad, John, not die happy.
One of your bolts connects, surprisingly. It doesn't seem to do much. The other bolt what happens when two warlock patrons clash? Something does.
Whatever it is,
about it,
not good.
thinking about it, I think that you feel Dominique's grin. And he says, "We have a wannabe challenger. Kill him." And for the first time, you and everybody Dominique's ever touched feel this innate urge to kill this half-orc. There is something so commanding in the way he tells you, so absolute. You fear failure.
Can I Can I flavor this a little bit? Instead of fearing failure, Thorn, I think, would instead feel this command and feel this not really a sense of obeying, but a sense of wanting to do this, and it is the thrill of the hunt that goes through her. It is the thrill of being back in the wood and being back in the jungle and having something that Thorn considers worthy prey.
You know his name as Narux. Is there anything else you would like to do with your turn?
Wait, oh, hold on. I lied. Can I move up 30 feet so I'm within 60 feet of this thing? And I'm going to use my bonus action to cast Spiritual Weapon, which is a 60-foot range. Floating Spectral Weapon, blah, 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 blah. Within range that lasts, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, so right in front of this thing, instead of Thorn's normal frying pan or wok, I think it is just a giant Kamote-themed javelin.
Very well.
I don't know. I don't think I can use it to take a hit on its first turn.
Command it.
But it says as a bonus action on my turn, I can either move it up to 20 feet and repeat the attack against a creature. So does it attack the first time it comes out? When you cast the spell, you can make a melee spell attack against a creature within 5 feet of the weapon. So, okay.
Yeah.
Answered my own question. I should really learn to read from the top down.
The entire stat block. Everything.
Oh, how does that go? Reading is what?
Fucking fundamental.
So, it takes 5 damage. That is
Remember
my
that,
turn.
The 2 Fs when it comes to reading.
Now it's orky time.
It's not just orc time for Thorn. You're muted. I guess Colt's not talking to us.
No, he's singing. He's singing to himself. He's
Okay.
singing to Spotify and singing to himself.
Mm-hmm. I have background music while fighting.
Lionel,
Yes, sir.
you killed an orc and another orc. You approached the other orcs. One of the orcs, the one that was not afflicted by hideous laughter, turns, having seen its brethren, and crits on you for 19 slashing damage.
Oof. Okay.
The one that was afflicted with Tasha's hideous laughter also crits on Reginald for 17 slashing damage.
Okay.
What is Thorn's armor class?
18.
Thorn, you take 18 bludgeoning damage as this half orc, its white teeth flashing as it misty steps towards you after running your direction, swings on you with a powerful looking warhammer. But after that, Reginald.
All right. Ouch. So at this point in time, I have what, one left that's in. Well, I guess two, right? Because there's the one that was hideous laughter and the other one.
Yep, 2 orcs remain.
Okay. Um. All right. I will try and hit them both with shatter. If they're close enough to hit them both with it.
Yep.
Okay. And I will not hit Reginald and or Lionel with the hit because I need to explicitly state that I'm not PvPing anybody.
Thorn is disappointed.
Kind of
Still
sucky
standing.
damage.
It's very sucky damage. I think that's the
Yeah, that
lowest
was-
shatter I've ever seen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's evocations. Oh, but that's only I only do that on
3d6.
fire. No, only on fire where it does minion
Oh,
too.
for your stuff,
rolls.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well, that's all you got were
So-
twos.
I know, and that's why I was like looking at it, being like, "Were those because I rolled like a 1 and just made it 2?" And I'm like, "Oh no, they're literally just 2s." Okay, so all right, well, much ado about not killing anything. So is that guy? All right, so that will essentially conclude what Reginald can do at this current juncture of time.
Lionel.
I will attack the one that is closest to me with my action. Using my Thunder Gauntlets. 25 to hit
Good.
for 11. And the second one is a 22 for 6. So a total of 17 so far. Is it still up?
It is dead.
Okay. I think. And then there is still one left that is going after Reginald, correct?
Well, it's up in the air who it's going to go after right now, but yes, there is one orc left.
I will move into a position so that I can flank this thing with my movement, and then I will use my bonus action to take a bite at it with my fangs for my long tooth form.
Go ahead.
Uh, 16 to hit with advantage if I get it. Otherwise, it's a 7.
Still standing.
But it's 4 points of piercing. And that is my turn.
Thorn.
Thorn is going to immediately lay on hands herself for 20 HP.
Very well.
And then Thorn's going to use her bonus action to smack this thing again. That should be +1 as well, because my spellcasting modifier as well. So 7 HP against it. And Thorn is also going to use her 30 feet of movement to try to close the gap a bit between herself and this.
There is no gap.
There's no gap.
No.
He is upon you.
Oh, okay.
You were 60 feet away prior. He used 30 feet of movement and then Misty stepped to you to smack you twice with his hammer.
That's right. Okay, and that's the apostle or whatever.
Anchor.
Okay, anchor. Okay. Then yes, that is Thorn's bonus action. That is Thorn's action. Yes, that is my turn.
A hail of arrows rains down around you. Absolutely crippling and pinning in place Nurux. He roars at you angrily, and as you turn to locate the source, you see Falcon has ridden some distance away, dismounted his horse, taken a knee, and dumped 8 arrows into Nurux.
Go Ranger.
However, that does bring us to the last orc's turn, who, having witnessed Lionel kill yet another one of his buddies, is going to take a swing at you.
Better me than Reginald.
He will miss. Maybe a bit of fear staying his blade. And then it will be the anchorite's turn.
And he hits you for 30 HP. Which is exactly what you have right now.
Nope, but he does manage to heal himself. He growls at you vehemently. After healing himself, reaches down and rips the arrow out of his foot. But that is his turn, bringing us to Reginald.
All right. I believe then how this will go is Reginald will attack the remaining orc in his face, currently between Lionel and himself with his quarterstaff. Briefly taking a moment to swing with both hands, letting go of the reins, and will attempt to smack it a bee.
Smack it, Daddy.
Ooh.
Give him a good crack. Break his nose.
Dazed, however, still standing. It's always the
All
last
right.
ones that last the longest.
Fair point. Yeah, I guess that'll conclude Reginald's turn with his cape blowing in the wind that's not blowing.
Lionel.
All right. Seeing that Reginald has cracked this guy and momentarily dazed him, Lionel will go in as well with his Thunder Gauntlets. First one, 14 to hit.
You kill it.
Okay. That's
had
one.
3
Uh,
HP.
How much space between me and the anchorite?
60, if I remember right.
Okay. I will move 30 feet towards them to close the distance as best as I can, because that was the last orc. Question for you. As I'm moving, can I draw my light crossbow and use the last attack I have with my action to fire it, or no?
I'll allow it.
Okay. So I will then draw my crossbow. Looks like it has no ammo in it. Pull the trigger and fire a bolt that then appears and streaks towards him. Let's see if this hits, though. 13 to hit.
You miss.
Okay. So a bolt goes very wide by him. Son of a bitch! And that'll be my turn.
Yeah, aiming gets you every time.
It's fucking hard with these hands right now.
Is this anchorite actually pinned down, or no?
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Okay, that's fine. Thorn's just going to start stabbing him with her rapier. I think if he's still standing after that, Thorn is going to expend a second level spell slot for some divine schmirk. So it'll be 3d8. The highs and lows. So an extra 15 points.
Hold on a minute. I have to use the bathroom before I narrate what happens.
Gotta purge it all out first. Make sure the pipes are clean. Can have no distractions. Purity has to be upheld.
Yeah.
You know,
Must maintain.
for the longest time, I thought that druids were my favorite class. But honestly, I'm kind of thinking it might be paladins now.
Paladins are fun.
Yep.
They multi-class with a lot of shit, and they're fun.
They multiclass well with a lot of shit.
I can
That
hit
they do.
things. I can cast spells. I can heal myself or other people. I can
Yeah.
get rid of
You're
NPCs' hangovers.
Yeah, you're not like a wet noodle for people to just
Exactly.
eat on.
I can use all different types of armor. I can use a shield.
It's just the oath piece that can get in the way, especially if you have to
Well-
make a really big moral quandary.
That's just a small part. It's fine.
Depends. It really depends what your oath is. it's something like Oath of Vengeance and you don't take vengeance on evil creature, you're kind of fucked.
Your divine smite.
Schmert.
Smart. It just barely brings Nurux to his knee. Unfortunately for you, really all that means is that he's eye level. He's
Poke him
not
in the
looking
eyes.
up at you. But there's two entities standing behind him. The god that you just unwittingly paid homage to by using that spell. And the being that is Dominique Foul Shall Burn. Both standing behind this now defeated warlock, druid, whatever he is. Both staring at the patron hovering over him. Each with their own form of weapon. Simwanya with a Kamote javelin jabbed through the being's chest. And Dominique with a cane sword jabbed through his chest. The being, however, is Talos but not, is draconic but not, is something entirely unique and familiar. And as the patron is disembodied, shall we say, separated from his warlock host, the light in the warlock's eyes dims, and he falls forward, collapsing in front of you. And Simwanya bows his overly large lizard-like head to you before fading, and Dominique kneels ever so close to you and whispers, "That's my girl."
I snap at his nose.
Playfully, I wonder.
He can roll an insight check.
He doesn't need to roll insight to know your motives. However, congratulations on a very near victory, it seems. Falcon gathers his horse and his his wits, what's left of his vitality, and makes his way over to Thorn, nodding to you with maybe a bit more respect than he had before. Maybe you aren't just a little one like the other ones inhabiting his home. I use the word inhabiting very loosely there. Before he mounts his majestic steed and expects you to do the same.
Can I take a look at this thing, at this body a little bit closer? Just I don't know exactly what I'm looking for, but it definitely it seems strange to Thorn. I think she just wants to kind of look it over and see if there's anything. It's obviously out of the normal, but more so out of the norm.
You kick Nurux's corpse over, and there is a medallion on his chest. It looks like that.
Thorn's not usually one for looting corpses because she likes the hunt and not the prizes. But I do think that she takes it just very carefully, takes it off, and puts it in her bag.
Roll me a wisdom saving.
No! I refuse.
Touch the no. You touch the no square.
Oof.
No.
Please
Can
roll
I
me.
hold on? Can I have inspiration for the cool thing I did for killing
No.
Uruk?
Sure.
Wow.
Why not?
Wow.
Okay, I'm
You
gonna reroll that
completed-
again.
You completed your warlock's task. Your patron's task.
Jeez.
Let's see if you roll any. Damn it!
I saw that coming from a mile away.
And you were just about to kill Falcon for me. God damn it! In your mind. Actually, how much HP do you have?
Not 30.
Man, damn. Suffer 4 points of psychic damage. As you pick up this medallion, you hear a draconic roar in your skull and an immense connection to that same feeling that you experienced, the walls closing in on you, the inability to act of your own accord. You instinctively draw your sword and you turn to Falcon, pointing the tip of the blade at him, but you catch yourself. Maybe you put the blade away, maybe you don't, in control of your faculties as you are clutching that medallion.
I throw it at Lionel.
Lionel is over 30 feet away.
It's fine. I throw it at him.
Lionel, something gets thrown at you.
I duck out of the way.
I think just in Thorn's like general rage at being so fucking beat up, she just kind of like she catches herself with her sword like pointing at Falcon. Yes, thank you. Catches herself, puts her sword away, and I think she just lets out like a really kind of annoyed, frustrated growl and just chucks this thing as close to Lionel as she can fucking get it. Thorn is so sick of getting beat up. You take this stupid thing. And she like stomps over to the horse and gets on the horse.
Question.
What?
I have a language of Draconic.
Okay.
Would I have maybe some inkling of an insight into that medallion?
Roll me a religion check.
Okay.
I'll say do it with advantage.
Okay. $12.
You know who the medallion belongs to.
Okay, that's enough. This was not an anchorite of Talos.
Yes, it was.
That's not what this medallion says, God.
Anchorites are druids first, warlocks second.
Oh God, this thing. Ugh. I think Lionel seeing this and understanding just who this medallion belongs to. He does not touch it at all, especially since we're dealing with a dragon anyway. And man, this only seems to reinforce my thought that some of the anchorites were working with the dragon. I'll have you know. That warlock anchorite's patron could have been Tiamat. Just laying it out there right now.
Thorn
Or maybe
hisses.
just a head. Tiamat. She has 5 personalities. I don't know which one would have approved this. But Lionel very clearly does not touch this thing.
Did I see or get a clear view of the patron that left Nuruk? Would Thorn know anything about Tiamat? I don't imagine that she would, but maybe through, like, Yubaba's stories, possibly. Did this thing that left Nuruk, did it seem like it was one of her personalities, or was it just like a visage of her in general? Thorn hisses at Lionel's comments and just kind of like loudly cusses and says, "It was the fucking white one."
That would make sense if the anchorites are working with the dragon. Okay. Well, I think that answers a few questions and also scares me even more now that it wants my hide. Anyway, let's go try and find these people. Hopefully they are hidden somewhere beyond the hill and not a bloody mess.
Before you go, Falcon gathers all of you, uh, pointing to the top of the hill. And he says, "When I was struck by that lightning bolt, uh, call it a vision, call it whatever you want, my life flashed before my eyes. And I believe future events did too. Uh, I don't know if they're trying to summon their god or what they're doing, but they need a lot of blood. Something that looked like a boar was destroying my home and all of the people that I am trying to protect. I don't know how to stop that. I don't know what to do, but I know that I have to go up there. Before I do that, though, I'd like to use some elven remedies on us and get us up to peak fighting. condition. Because whatever's up there, if we don't stop it, well, there ain't much that we'll be able to. Would like all of you to go ahead and press that long rest button for me.
Falcon, why didn't you do that sooner?
Well, to be fair, dialogue, and then he might not have put two and two together. Lightning bolt tends to fry the brain.
This is God giving you guys a range before
Yeah.
a boss fight.
We're getting a little kick in the pants before we have a really big battle again.
We're giving a little bit of a pep.
Thorn is still pissed.
Lionel is now scared because he has thoughts about this white dragon that they're dealing with, and they're not good.
Yes, well, this is all completely original story from here on out. So your thoughts can get bent, motherfucker.
Pretty sure my thoughts are not in line with the original adventure anyway.
All that being said, though, it is 10:23. I don't want to keep you all for another 20 minutes just to start another fight.
Okay.
So we're going to call it here for this evening and look forward to next Monday.
Sounds good.
We'll be running up that hill.
Yep, we will.
Don't do that. That song makes me so sad.
Okay, I won't do that.
You'll triumphantly and slowly walk up the hill.
I can't hear that song without thinking about Stranger Things and giving myself PTSD. So
That's fair. That's fair.
sobbing. I was sobbing during that scene. I'm ending the stream now.